it's Christine. It is day 26. Oh my gosh, y'all. I can't believe how close we are to the end. And this is 30 days of sketches, of course, with 31 sketches, because there's a bonus always. What we have, it's from, I think it's Wendy Gale Rasmussen. And we have this circular element with the photo right in the middle. She's got journaling along the sides here, a big old title, a couple of embellishment clusters. And I like this one because I think hopefully it's going to go fast, because I have this Vicki Boutin paper, and I remembered this as soon as I saw that big old circle. I go, oh, I know I've got one of those sheets in my paper pad. So I have this, and at first I thought I could just use the sheet, but then I realized no, the circle's kind of off to the side. So then I thought, I think what I'm going to do is kind of match it up with this butterfly paper, which I think is really pretty. And then I'm going to mat it on this. I'm going to kind of bring it in and do it like this. This little stripe's kind of nice, so it kind of separates. So I like this a lot. I've got this photo of my daughter. I took it at an event. She was just real cute. She was dressed pretty. Oh, I thought it was on the photo. I just realized that's on the back wall. Anyway, she just looked pretty. So I thought it'd be kind of nice. Well, actually, it'll be over here, but be like a pretty little thing. I may end up having to pull out some scraps to mount the photo. Or I might can use the back of this as well. So, in the back of that, yeah. And so, I have all this Vicki Boutin, like, ephemera and all this stuff. I don't know what the title's going to be yet. I do have, you know, a little puppy thickery thing in here. Actually, laugh could be cute, because she's laughing. Yeah, I might do that. There's also a smile, but this one's good. So, I think I got plenty to work with, and I'm hopeful this doesn't take me too long, because we are almost to the finish line, y'all. All right, let me do a little cutting here, and I'll come back on a second.
Well, y'all, this layout is very, very quick, and I attribute it almost 100% to that pre-printed circle. So I'm taking the extras that I trimmed off the butterfly and the circle paper, and that's what I'm going to use to mat the photos, and it worked out perfectly because the photo... the lighting in the place was real warm, and so the photo itself kind of has this real yellow overtone, I guess, or like a real warm overtone, and so the yellow matting looks pretty neat with it, and I think it makes it, you know, it offsets against that turquoise or that teal or whatever, really pretty. So I've got that photo mounted, and I'm going to go and glue down my papers here on top of my little green mat, and I love that. I just honestly, I just love this whole color palette. You'll see in a minute, though, I don't actually end up doing the journaling around the outside of the circle, and that's because, well, when you see I get the ephemera down, I want to say messed myself up, but the way I did the ephemera didn't really, it didn't really lend toward the journaling like the sketch showed. So I just didn't do it on this one. So I'm not going to worry about it. I think it looks cute the way it is. I did decide to do the photo up on a mat, I'm not trying to say foam, which is good because I end up with, you'll see in a minute. I'm going to pull out some wood veneers and all kinds of fun stuff, actually. I was kind of pleased with my little ephemera finds. So I've glued that down. Now I'm going to start pulling stuff out. Oh, wait, so sorry. I did decide to make the title Smile. I really like the laugh, but the G kind of coming down, it wasn't going to do right on the next to the photo like that. It would have either had to go under the photo, or the title would have had to be too far away from the photo. That was going to look odd. So I did decide to make it Smile. I start with the center and work my way out so that I know that the title is centered along the side of the photo there. And I'll find another little word. I don't think I do it right now. I'll find it in a minute. I find the word special, and it's printed on a tiny little, maybe right here is where I find it. There it is, special. And I'll put that right up above Smile. So it's like Special Smile is kind of the title. And she does have a special smile. She has a real big, bright white smile. I just love it. So I've gone into the ephemeras and I pulled a bunch of stuff out. I pulled them birds out thinking I might use them. I don't end up using any of those birds, because after I started kind of looking, I go, well, I got all these butterflies. I'm not sure the birds make sense anymore. So I start pulling out the florals. I do like these florals, and it is showing florals on the sketches. Now, I will admit, it's a little challenging to see them on the butterflies, but I don't really care. I think it looks great in person. You can see a little better in person, truth be told, than on the camera, but I don't mind too much. I think it looks neat. And then I added this little light bulb that says "So Very Brilliant." And again, I'm just kind of thinking of her smile is kind of brilliant and bright and all that good stuff. So this is where I'm going to start pulling out these wood grain, or the wood veneers rather. And I really like these stars. I think these look kind of neat. So I'm using these kind of in place of the, like with the floral. You know, if you remember in the sketch, it kind of like trailed or whatever. And I'm just adding these to give the little oomph on there. And there's tons of little, there's the outlining stars, which I really like. I used all of those. And then there's smaller little wood veneer solid ones. And I still have some of those, actually not from Vicki Boutin stuff, but from like a generic order I had made a while back, so I can always combine those. But I'm going to just kind of fill these out. And I get this little sticker here, and it says, "You make the world more colorful." And I think that looks cute where they had the journaling strips on the bottom of the photo in the sketch. I'm really happy with that. And then what do I do next? I think I find some leaves. There's those green leaf things are laying there, and I decided to add those to kind of offer like a little, I'd pull the big one and actually switch those out right there. I was kind of trying to cover up some of the butterflies a little more so you could see the stars and stuff. So I'm just kind of adding those. And then the bottom, I just kind of tied it together, obviously. And then I think that's all the pull out of the ephemera, I think. I thought about that butterfly there, but, and in fact, I'll end up pulling a chipboard butterfly out trying to put it in that bottom right corner, but it's just too big. It's just not going to work. Here's where I'm putting the foam behind the little light bulb. So very brilliant. So that's going to be up on foam as well. So I have a little bit of dimension, you know, going around here. And then I'm going to end up, I'm looking at this, like I said, look at this butterfly. And I pull it out because I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll, you know, balance out the butterflies on the left with one on the right. But it just was too big. It wasn't going to work. And I just didn't care for it. And plus, it was a little bit wrong colors. I don't really know why. It was like a peachy color. And it would have been okay, but I just didn't feel like it was the exact right thing. But so then I do find these little heart chipboard pieces. There's like little circles with hearts. There's 3 of those. So I'll go ahead and pull those out and kind of add those. I'm just kind of adding stuff, honestly, just for the heck of it. I'm kind of just causing the sprinkler. It's like I said, a little bit of the trailing sprinkles. But now you can see where I have those big florals. I've kind of given myself a little bit of a problem if I tried to journal around the outside of the circle. It just wouldn't have done right. So I decided against it. And then that is all I'm going to do in the way of the ephemeras and things like that. So I do add a little bit of foam behind the end of that little sticker there because it's on the top of the photo, which has a little foam behind it. So I just kind of make that stand up. And then I'm going to go off camera just to glue everything down because I've kind of basically dry fit this stuff. I don't make y'all watch me just glue stuff down. But after I do that, I'm actually done, y'all. This did not take me, I bet you this layout took me maybe 20 minutes, if that. So this was a very easy sketch for me to work with, and I really appreciate that because I am almost to the end, y'all. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out the playlist and come back tomorrow, and we will see you then. Bye.